Hey, it's Joel, the 3D printing nerd. How's it going? Look, have I got something for you today? We're going to review the Matter Control Touch from Matterhackers. You ready for this? Let's do it. Go. Oh, hey, thanks for coming back. Look, the Matterhackers Matter Control Touch is a 7-inch Android tablet. It's got a quad-core processor, and it has 8 gigabytes of RAM. It should have plenty of power to process and slice any of the models that you throw at it. Well, most of the models, really. You can't really throw anything too complex at it, but that kind of makes sense because this isn't a desktop platform. This isn't Simplify 3D running on a Mac Pro behind me. This is a tablet, right? This is a 7-inch Android tablet slicing up my models and throwing them to the printer. You connect it to the printer via USB cable and it acts as a host. It's got a G-code terminal. It's got multi-model support for the print bed. You can scale and size things and configure this up the wahoo. So in this review, we're gonna break it down 3 different ways. I'm gonna give you a tour of the user interface and tell you about how I'm able to interact with it. I'm going to then load up a model for printing and show you how you can interact with that model on the virtual print bed within the Matter Control Touch interface. And then the third thing, I'm gonna set to print and we're gonna monitor it via the cloud and go get some Taco Bell. That seems like the right way to review printer hardware, right? You talk about it and then you go get some Taco Bell. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, all right, let's go. Let's get started with part 1. When you start up the tablet, it automatically loads the Matter Control software. The Matter Control software starts in the Preview tab, where you're given the option of a 3D view and a layer view, and that's if you open a model for previewing. We'll get back to that later. Below that is Settings, and this is when you can set the printer settings and the filament settings and the print settings themselves. As you can see, you have a lot of options under General, Layers and Surface, Infill, Speed, Skirt and Raft, Support Material, Repair, Output options, and the option to configure multiple extruders. Next to that is Filament, where you can set the filament properties and the temperatures at which the filament best prints. Here you can change extrusion parameters, and here's your cooling parameters. Finally, under Printer, this is where you can define your print area, the features of your printer. You can add custom G-code for the different stages of printing, and this is when you can tell it about your extruder. The Controls tab is for when it's connected to a printer, and it allows you to control the printer in real time. This is how you can preheat the printer. And over here in Movement, this is when you can move the different axes. The queue is a print queue, and it allows you to add multiple models to it. And this way, when one is done printing, you just need to clear it off the print bed and print another right away. Here under Library, you see Local Library, Cloud Library, and Purchased. Purchased is from when you buy models from the Matterhackers website, I believe. The Local Library are files that are stored on the device itself. But what we're going to focus on is the Cloud Library. I used the desktop version of the Matter Control software, and I uploaded some models using that piece of software. I uploaded them to the Matterhackers cloud, and then this device was able to bring them down. From the library, I can select my small poop flat no eyes mouth. It's pretty descriptive, right? And I tap on View. And here you can see the model laid out on a print bed. We'll come back to this. So far, I kind of like this user interface. I've used iOS, I've used Windows phones, and I've used Android many different times. This is an Android device, and I'm used to the Android sort of interface. The interface is a little laggy and can be slow at times, and I think that it isn't built well for someone with hands and fingers that are a little bit larger than normal. That said, it was still able to be responsive to my touch, and I was able to select things the first try many times, and I only fat fingered my selections a couple times. Let's load a model and play with it. Remember, in the library for this small poop flat no eyes mouth model, I was given the option to view or print. Well, I'm going to tap on view, and that loads it into the viewer. I have the 3D view, or I can generate layers in the layers view. And the layers view goes through and slices the model, generates the G code, and then shows you the path of the print head. What's interesting about this is you're viewing an individual layer at a time. So the bottom scroller selects where in that layer the print head is, and the side scroller selects the layer in which you're viewing. The top layer's at the top, the bottom layer's at the bottom. It's a really nice layout, and I like the way that they do this. When we go back to our 3D view, we're able to tap this Edit Pencil. And at this point, we can move the model around the print bed and apply different parameters to it, such as scaling, rotation, and mirror. We can also copy it and put another one on the print bed. We can remove the copy we made. Once we copy it a couple times, we can arrange them and group them and ungroup them and then save this layout. We can also mirror along any axes, and we can choose which things we want to display. Once we have our print bed laid out with the pieces that we want, we can hit the Insert button, and that will allow us to then add another STL file to the print bed itself. The layer view in this instance is very interesting because it allows you the finite control of viewing the path of the tool head along an individual layer, and then it also gives you the option of viewing individual layers within the model. So you have many degrees of freedom in viewing exactly how your model is going to be printed. Plus, you do get the option of playing around with the model on the print bed, copying it, mirroring it, moving it, scaling it, and then adding other models to the print bed for an entire print. I found that interface was a little bit laggy, but in the layer view, I did find it to be very laggy. And when I was viewing the toolpath on a specific layer, the updates on the UI weren't happening very often. So I think that's an area where they can improve the software. All right, we're at the third part of this review. It looks like it's time to print something. I've got the Matter Control Touch right here, and it's hooked up to a custom frame on my G-Max 1.5 XT. Gordon from G-Create actually modeled this. He's a pretty good 3D designer. I printed it out using Matterhackers Pro filament, and it holds it really well. Well, I'm gonna, to no surprise to anybody, I'm gonna print a poo. And it's an easy model. It should be a quick slice. It should have no problems printing. So let's do that. Here within the Matter Control interface, I'm gonna go to my library. I'm gonna go to the cloud. I'm gonna open it. And now I'm gonna choose my small poop flat no eyes mouth. Boy, I name those things great, don't I? There it is on the print plate. That looks good. I'm viewing it. Okay, I'm gonna close this. I have to select something else, but now I'm gonna go to settings. Let's make sure I've got everything set up correctly. Let's see. I'm gonna do it at 0.2 millimeter layers. My first layer is going to be 0.3 millimeters. I'm gonna do 3 perimeters. The bottom and the top solid layers will be 1 millimeter a piece. I'm gonna do 30% infill. That's a lot of infill for poop, but hey, why not? Let's see, speed of 60 millimeters per second. The raft prints at full speed, but I'm choosing not to print a raft. Let's see, that's right. I'm gonna have a skirt, a 2-loop skirt, 6 millimeters from the object. Create raft is not checked. I don't need any support material. The poo can stand on its own. I'm gonna go to filament here. Let's see, that's my fan speed. It's 1.75 millimeter filament and the extruder temperature of 215 degrees centigrade. That's perfect. My print area, Matter Control didn't know my printer when I plugged in the USB cable, so I had to set it manually. And this is my print area. I have verified my custom G code is just fine. And I have a 0.5 millimeter extruder. Here it tells me the temperature of the printer. Let's see, and if I go to my library and I go here to print, it's going to begin slicing it. And there goes the printer. So now it's preheating the printer, and the printer is going to print this object. I'm going to move the Matter Control Touch into a position so the camera can see what's being printed, and it can be monitored on my iPhone. Hey, look at that! It's printing. Ooh, seems to be printing well. All right, since this is printing and this is monitoring, let's go get us some tacos. We're going to Taco Bell. All right, it looks like it's time to go get some tacos. So as you can see here, the Matter Control Cloud Sync dashboard is showing me what my printer is currently doing. It says it's 25% along the way with the print. It's a still picture taken at some point during the print, and then it's got some stuff down below. You have to log in. Looks like it's doing good. Let's go get some tacos. Looks like I have to turn on this light if you want to see me at all while I'm in my car recording on my GoPro at 11 o'clock at night, but that's okay. I'm really looking forward to seeing this print when I get home. I know I can't monitor the print while I'm driving, but it does give me a sense of security knowing that there's a tethered device to my printer monitoring the print, and it should alert me when the print is done. It should send me an email, and it should text my phone. So we'll see if that happens. That's pretty exciting. All right, on to tacos.
Thank you for your visit, but Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. How can I get started for you?
Hey there, can I get a steak quesarito, please?
Okay.
And do you have any caramel apple empanadas left?
Just a moment.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I'll take one of those too.
All right, anything else for you?
That should do it.
470 at the window.
Thank you. I got a gift card.
You said hot and what else?
Fire and Verde.
Sorry. Fire and Verde.
Fire and Verde. Fire is red. Verde is green. It's like Christmas. Red and green.
You have a good night.
Thanks, you too. We got tacos. Well, actually we don't have tacos. We have a steak quesarito and a caramel apple empanada. I don't know if you've ever been to Taco Bell before, but if you haven't, you need to get the caramel apple empanada. It's a fantastic dessert. It's like deep fried caramely appley goodness. It's wonderful. Do it just next time you go to Taco Bell. Because you go to Taco Bell. You go to Taco Bell. All right, food is in hand. Let's get home and eat. All right, it looks like we just made it home. I'm loading up the Matter Control dashboard, and I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like the printing is going well. I can see the object there in the still image, and it says it's at 81%. I guess we better eat our tacos really quickly. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't get tacos. I got a steak quesarito and a caramel apple empanada, red and green sauce. All right. Our time is set. Let's do this. I got 2 items. One item is burrito taco based. And they gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sauces. 11. This weighs more than the thing. No, it doesn't. But that's a lot of sauce. Crap. Look at that. 96% done. 96%. It's almost there. Done. We'll see where it's at. Look at that. It says it's finished. That's pretty cool. I didn't get a text, and I didn't get the email. So let's just finish this and see if I get that notification. Look at the inside of that caramel apple empanada. That's heaven right there. That's delicious, delicious heaven. What do you do when you have leftover sauce from Taco Bell? Do you throw it away? No. You save it in a big Ziploc bag full of other Taco Bell sauce. Let's just add to the collection. In you go. In you go. There you go. Perfect. All right, it's interesting. I didn't get a text message and I didn't get an email telling me the print was done. I did see a finished print message in my dashboard, so maybe the notifications just aren't working right now. Maybe the cloud isn't so cloudy. Regardless, it says it's finished. Let's go upstairs and check. Hey, look at that! Holy cow! It's done. And I think I see what happened. Just a moment. So as you can see here, the Matter Control software is no longer on the screen. It looks like it crashed. However, the print did finish just fine. Let's get the model off the print bed. I don't know if this is the best way to get prints off a print bed, but it works well for me. There we go. All right, let's talk about this poo. We've pulled the poo from the print bed. Well, that's a lot of peas. And here it is. Let's see if I can hold it up there. That's not too bad. The surface is amazing. It's smooth. It looks like I had the settings spot on. The sides, all the layers are laminated together. The sides are smooth. The visibility of the individual layers is not horribly apparent. That's where I damaged the model when getting it off with the chisel. The backside is good. I would call this a very successful print. And at the infill percentage we had it at, this is a thick, strong poop. And I can say that and still laugh about it every time. This is a successful print. We just printed with an Android device tethered via USB to our printer. And look at that. That's pretty fantastic. Besides that flat poo, I have printed my standard 3-inch poo emoji cookie cutter with the Matterhackers Matter Control Touch, and it also came out well. I also tried to print a vase. However, This did not come out well, and I'll tell you why. I had a problem with the device in that the OS kept trying to shoot the app in the head. I would get a dialog box that would say, hey, Android's asked me if I want to wait for the app or if I want to kill it. And I think it's just a small bug in the software. So this vase was going to be an overnight print, and it did fail. It did fail because the OS shot the app in the head. Even though this long print did fail, I did prove that the Matter Control Touch can generate very high quality prints. With any piece of software, there's just some bugs in it, and those bugs need to be fixed. Thankfully, within the software, there is an update feature. So when they do fix bugs and they make the next version available, it's easily downloaded and installed on the device from within the software. My final thoughts on the Matter Control Touch. It's a decent tablet. Like I said, it's a quad-core processor. It's got 8 gigs of RAM. It's a 7-inch tablet, and it's plenty powerful to handle the type of models you're most likely going to throw at it. Whether you want to slice up some Destiny gun parts, or if you just want to print yourself some poo, it's going to be able to handle those. If you have models with errors in them, you should probably run them through NetFab to eliminate some of the errors rather than letting the slicing engine within the Matter Control software try to fix those for you. You should probably make sure you have models that aren't too big either. If you remember my giant Yoda head bowl from a previous video, that was not able to slice that within a timely manner. It's also a huge model, and it has many lines in its G-code, so that's completely understandable. The problems that I faced with this were that the UI was laggy in parts. During the layer view, I was able to move the slider and the UI would have to catch up with me. I did fat finger some things, and when I would go to places where I would need to input something, I would bring up the software keyboard and I would type in my new answer, and then I would lower the keyboard and the screen wouldn't refresh right away. And I think that's some growing pains with new software, right? I've done software development, so I have an idea of what they're going through, and the updates that they provided to this software so far have been extraordinary, and I think they're on the right path to continue to raise the quality bar, and that's a good thing. The one glaring issue left, though, is the operating system is prompting me to either wait for the application or to kill it off. That's a problem for prints that are going to take a while, and I don't think you can trust this software quite yet to do a long overnight print. I think that this device and the software on it is very valuable in that it's a tethered hosted solution. It allows you to not have to take an SD card from your computer to your printer and go back and forth. It has a G-code terminal, so you can input commands and you can control the printer. It's essentially a tethered brain for your 3D printer. I think that it's going the right direction. However, there are some bugs right now that I can't recommend this software if your goal is to print things that are going to take a long time, because you're going to have to now babysit and wait for that dialog box from the OS where you would hit wait or kill. Obviously, if you were printing something, you would want to hit wait. And in fact, I'm guessing that's the reason I didn't get notifications, is that dialog box came up and probably killed off the app. Would I recommend this? Yes, with certain bugs being fixed. The UI refresh issues, while they're unfortunate, they don't stop the shipment of the product. Those are definitely able to be lived with, and those can be fixed at a later time. This issue where the OS wants to kill off the app, that's important, and I think that's my only hesitation in recommending this device and this app. I have talked with Matterhackers and I have talked with their support department, and that is their number one priority right now, is fixing that issue and finding a good solution for it so they can push it down to the device. Also, in email communication, I don't know if I'm supposed to know this, but you may find a 10-inch tablet version of this come Black Friday. I didn't tell you that, so shh, don't tell anyone. This was a fun review. I had a great time with this. I have experience in software development, and I have experience with mobile hardware, and I have experience with 3D printers, so I think I was uniquely qualified to give my opinion on this whole setup here. And I think Matterhackers is on the right path, and I think just a few more tweaks and this thing is going to be absolutely killer. If you want to get on board with the 7-inch tablet right now, I've put a link in the description down to it on the Amazon store. It is an affiliate link, so if you do end up buying it, I do get a couple Scooby snacks, and I thank you for that. Plus, who doesn't love a review where you get to go get Taco Bell? I like those kind of reviews, so I hope to get to do them in the future. Hey, as always, give a thumbs up if you like this video. Share this video with your friends if you think they would like it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And as always, high five.